Hey there guys, it's Waregames here once again, and we are today looking at one of the mods for Banished. This one is called The Fountain Mod. There's a lot of stuff in this mod. It's kind of cool. Basically it gives you the ability to add water fountains, and it also brings in all kinds of new buildings. So let's have a look at some of them. I decided just to go ahead and start a town and get things up to speed, because sometimes you need all kinds of resources and that to look at how things in the mod work. So we'll kind of go through stuff one by one here. One thing that you'll immediately notice if you've got this mod up and running, if you need help with loading mods and figuring out how all that works, we've got another video. I'll throw the link in here for you. But there's an extra button here for the Fountain Mod. And when you click on it, it gives you a link for decorations. And then if you click on that, it gives you all kinds of little things that you can add in here. There's hedges. There are fountains, both medium and large. There are barrels. And there's something called the custom castle, which if you hit that, there's all kinds of different pieces of castles, which is pretty cool. We're not going to jump right into that stuff yet. We're going to kind of walk through stuff one by one. Like I said, there's all kinds of stuff in here that's pretty cool. So the first thing is in the housing menu. If we're going backwards, I guess we'll look at the houses stuff first and then we'll move forward. So the first thing you'll notice is instead of just having your wooden house and your stone house and your boarding house, there's 3 new items on the menu here. So the first one is the inn, which I believe is like a boarding house. So I built one of those over here. There's of course no one in it right now because everyone has a house already, but it's a pretty cool looking building. It's got a nice little sign outside of it. Kind of digging that building. Maybe we'll get a chance to see it if some nomads show up, or if we have an extra people moving into it to see how that looks. My understanding is sort of a replacement for the boarding house. If I'm wrong about that, someone will correct me, I'm sure. The next thing that we see is called the small wood house. Compared to the actual wood house, it actually uses a touch more wood and a touch less stone, and it seems to be pretty similar to a wooden house, which is, you can see them side by side here. So this guy has room for, I think it's 8 people, as does this one. Inventory wise, they both seem to hold all kinds of stuff. So again, just a different model, a different look. I believe there's a couple different models of each of these. I've only shown you the one here, but they're really nice looking. Got some cool stairs going on there. Just adds a bit more of a village, sort of a medieval feel to things, which is pretty sweet. And then the other one we have, of course, instead of just the stone house, we have a bigger, what they call a medium stone house. So this is the standard stone house right here. And then over here we have the medium stone house. Again, I'm not 100% sure whether that just means that it's a bigger house, that we can put more inventory, that we can have more occupants. It looks like it's got slots for 8 people, as does this one. But again, even if it just provides a different look, something more to make your game look a little bit more varied, then I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, those are sort of the standard regularly used buildings that you'll see when you use that mod. And then the other thing that you'll immediately note is that, of course, there's a giant fountain in the middle of our village. So I've added this here. This is a large fountain. It's a decorative fountain, this one. It took me a little bit of playing to figure out that there's 2 different kinds of fountains. There's large and medium, but there's also 2 different types of fountains, I guess. So I built one over here, a medium fountain. This one's actually a working fountain. So it looks like it's adding to our food production. You can see all these barrels of water here, and there's people that come and work the water, and then they bring the water over to our storage sheds. Sadly, neither of them has any in it right now. I bet you if we let it run for a sec, we will find some. So here we have some water workers, and odds are soon someone will come and grab all these barrels and take them over to one of the storage houses. So let's just see. Here we go. So she's grabbed a bunch of barrels and off she goes, and we'll just follow her. And then we'll pause it up for a sec. So you can see now we've got 43 water units here. Again, not 100% sure whether this counts as one of the 4 food groups or how it works, whether it's like an ale replacement maybe. But yeah, that's kind of cool. So we've got, so the thing that you have to watch out for with that is if you use the decorative fountain here, this is just going to be a decorative one. The way that you get the one that produces the water is, of course, in your food production menu. There's an item here for fountains, and it looks like you're getting exactly the same kind. So it's a bit confusing maybe, but not that tricky to figure out if you have to go to the food menu to load that one. So, oops. So anyways, that's how that's all happening for us there. Okay, and then the other kind of cool thing that you'll find right away when you're in, sorry, now we're back to the decoration menu, is that we've got barrels. So you can see I've added a little barrel here, so you can just throw some barrels in just to kind of, you know, give that village that kind of lived-in feel. It's pretty neat. They're pretty small. They don't use a lot of resources other than the builders having to come and build them. And then here we've got a couple, just built some little test hedges, so 2x1 hedges is what I have there. If you go into the hedges menu, you can see that there's different sizes. There's a custom, oh, look at this, goodness. So, tip, the center piece of the hedge, a 3-way custom piece hedge, so you can build all kinds of different doorway hedge. Yeah, so clearly a lot of work has gone into this to make it kind of a pretty sweet deal. So there you can see there's a 6x1 hedge. So you could easily use these to kind of keep your workers on track if they're wandering off into the fields or something like that. You can use them to do that. So let's just build a smaller one here once again so we're not taking all day to do it. The thing I really liked about this is that it also uses herbs as part of the building materials, and I don't know if I've seen any other mod that's done that, that's taken something that's only had a single purpose in the game, in this case the herbs for medicine, and are also using them as a building material. I think that's pretty cool. One wonders if in the future maybe the herbalists could use the hedges. If you grew enough hedges, maybe that you could then pull the herbs back from the hedges. That might be kind of a neat way to get around having these giant herbalists out in the middle of nowhere collecting stuff. Anyways, if you're the mod creator, free idea right there. That's just for you. The other thing I really liked about the hedges is that they look pretty neat while they're being built too. Like they've done a good job of adding in the build model, if you will, if that's what it's called. So we'll just see if we can convince one of our workers to come here and actually build this thing. So we've got everything except the herbs. Oh, of course we have no herbs right now. Typical. We do have an herbalist working out there, so hopefully they will come and add some more herbs for us soon. So yeah, all kinds of neat stuff in this that really sort of add a lot of decoration and a lot of variety to the village, which I think is pretty cool. Many of the other mods are more sort of functional. This one is also decorative, so it does some functional things and it also does some decorative things, which I think is great. So kudos to the creators of the mod. I sadly don't have your name in front of me right now, but I will give you full credit, as credit is indeed due. The other kind of neat thing that is in this mod is the castle stuff we were looking at just a second ago. So when we went in here, there's different kinds of castles that you can build. So you can either build your own custom castle, or you can actually just straight up build a castle with the tool. So this one is in the town services menu. So at the end of the town services menu here, we have the stone castle, and we have the mountain castle. So the mountain castle looks like, of course, it's made to be put into the mountains, that kind of thing. Or is it just that it's got some mountain to it? I think it needs to be put into a mountain from the looks of things, or a hill or something like that. There you go. See, if you put it on the side of a hill, then it's happier. And then the stone castle just lives out by itself. And this thing is monstrously large. You can see right there from the numbers if you're able to read them there. So it's 250 logs, 600 stone, and 80 iron to build this thing. So that's a lot of stuff, which is kind of cool because, you know, if you think of it in terms of other games, it's like a wonder. It's going to take your guys a while to build it. So the one danger here is that you're going to be like sucking up every resource you have to build this thing. So your people might spend a lot of time doing that and not focusing on stuff that you might need them to. So you might end up having to pause the construction on this. And 3,000 build hours, or hours, I don't know if that's what we're calling them, but so yeah, this is kind of a neat thing that gets added here, the castle. You can see the footprint for it is in there. And since we have no other pressing matters, we can sit here and watch them build a little bit. I'm up at 10 times speed just to move things along. So yeah, so we've got the log all together. We certainly don't have 600 stone at the moment. I just noticed in the menu here, I'm not sure if it's from this mod or not, but I've got a stone gatherer. Send people to mine stone in the area. So that's a new building too. I believe it's from this mod. I don't have a whole lot of other mods set up. So let's try adding one of those. And it looks like it's got the same track as the medium stone house. So look at that. We discovered something together as well. So let's pause this guy for a minute and set our people to building the stone gatherer. Of course, we have no stone to build the stone gatherer with. So we're going to have to go and get some of that first. No problem. There seems to be plenty around right now, so we'll set our people to go and gather some of that first. So yeah, I think this mod's going to add some kind of cool aspects to the game. What do I not know? I don't know a lot of things. I don't know whether this stone gatherer is going to just create workers that are going to maybe takes the place of a mine. So instead of having to have a mine, they just go and gather stone out of thin air, or do they have to have stone on the ground? I don't really know. We shall discover it though. We shall find out ourselves, as it is almost finished being built. It would make sense, I guess, instead of having a mine, if you had something like that. Maybe all it requires is a hill nearby, the same as a mine does. Maybe it doesn't even need that. Maybe I should have read the notes a little better before I started this. Who's to say? Live and learn, people. Live and learn. Alright, so we're getting ready to build. Look at a little sawhorse there. Yeah, they did a good job with the models on this thing, I think. I like the little pathways coming out of stuff. Pretty cool. So the stone gatherer is almost done. And there we go. So, oh, we can upgrade to a stone home. Oh, so this is considered also a medium stone house, perhaps, because it's offering me the opportunity to upgrade it. So let's see what happens. Oh, there you go. See, our stone cutter, instead of being a miner, he's now a stone cutter there. The iron gatherer looks like he's still called a miner, but that's okay. So we got 2 people working this theoretically. So let's follow one of them. Oh, he's moving fast because we're up at 10 times. Got away from us. Okay, well, he's just heading home to eat anyway, so now he's back to work. Apparently he's just carrying some eggs around there. He stopped long enough we can follow this guy. Follow him. There we go. Let's follow him. Get to see him work soon. Maybe you could do some work in sometime there, guy. He's doing a lot of idling right now. And he's gonna go stand near this fountain. And Then he's gonna walk back over here, see what's happening at this fountain, and he's gonna go get something to eat. And he's gonna stand around a bit. Back over to the other fountain, and he's decided to work. Oh, he only worked for half a second, and he's back to idling now. So he's a teamster, apparently. Doesn't actually do a lot of working. Okay, so now he's working. And now he's cold. Man. Come on, guy. We need you to find some stone. It's exciting for us. Fountain, fountain. Back to the other fountain. I'll tell you, if anyone knows how these fountains are doing, it's Garvey the laborer, that's for sure. Okay, Garvey, come on, go find some stone for us now. Alright, we'll have to maybe go find the other person, see if they're actually working. Yeah, there we go. This citizen is working. Okay, I guess I could just pause things for a second and then follow. Of course, I'm paused now, and I forgot to check what my 3 is my key. Should know that by now. And of course I can't get out of that mode while I'm doing it. Anyways, looks like we can see what's going on there. They're going to go out and they're going to do some specific stone collecting, and then we've got some iron guys who could do the same thing. They'll do some iron gathering. Again, really nice models. They look pretty cool. So we're probably going to need a bunch of that stone if we plan on bringing that castle into being anytime soon. And yeah, so clearly we don't have the mine options here anymore, so that must be taking the place of those. Or wait, am I in the wrong menu? Nope, they're there still. Mine and the quarry. But I'm not going to build either of those things right now. You can see we're completely out of stone. We've got 300 though, that's pretty good. And more are being added all the time. And there's lots of iron all over the place here too. So that's going to be our goal, is to try to find 300 more stone in not a lot of time. Because we also don't want to sit here all freaking day while that does that. Clearly this is something you would do later in your game when you've got lots of trade coming in, or when you've developed a lot of stuff. We do indeed have a lot of stone around us though, so let's see what we can do with that. And things seem to be going pretty well for our people. They seem to be a thriving little village. Of course, I haven't built any houses in a while, so we may be heading for a population crash sometime soon. So you know what? Let's put in some of these new fangled houses. And we can look, there's slightly different models, or am I just turning it? I think I might just be turning it. Okay, that's rotating it. And that seems to be rotating the other direction. And so yeah. Rotating, rotating, rotating the map. So we're putting a couple of these guys kind of back to back. They get built very fast. They're very small, so it's kind of handy if you need a bunch of quick population going on. How are we doing over here? Look at this. We're just rocking it here. 420. This stone castle will begin to be built in no time. And then we'll have lots of water for everyone to drink as well. Of course, we have no water right now, just to prove me a liar. And the water worker you can see there in our menu. Let's put in mediums. Oh, you know what? We don't want to use a lot of the stone. I was going to put in a stone house, but I want to kind of save the stone because we need, you know, like a ton of it right now. Not sure if these stone houses use more firewood than standard small houses. Probably not. It seems that way. It seems like I'm going through a lot of firewood. Though I'm kind of a stone house guy by nature, so maybe that's why I'm just not used to it. Our stone workers seem to be doing a very good job of working the stone and bringing it in on a fairly regular basis. We do have a lot of laborers. That may be part of that. So, slowly our numbers were almost within 100 now of what we need. And then the building shall begin. There's also, I should have mentioned earlier, there is also a stone bridge. Instead of just using the standard wooden bridge, you can create a stone bridge. So that's kind of fun too. We're not going to do that at the moment because we want to use all of our stone here. But I like that because it seems like that was one of the points where things slowed down in the standard vanilla game, is that you could only have wood bridges instead of stone bridges. So cool, well done. Yeah, so I'm liking most of the stuff in this mod. Not really sure I totally get the water worker thing yet, but they are pretty, so it doesn't really matter. And I'm not sure whether they can be used as in replacement of a well or not. But someone else can figure that out and let me know. Or not. Let me find out on my own when my buildings burst into fire and into flame, and I'm wondering why there's people standing around a fountain and doing nothing about it. Or maybe they will put it out. Shouldn't be a pessimist. Anyways, we're just about done here. And then our stone castle will be built. This is very exciting. I certainly don't remember using nearly this much material on any single building before in the game, so... trading post, I think, is probably one of the biggest, or the town hall. Things like that use a lot of stone. We only need 25 more stone units. Less than 25 now. It's very exciting. So yeah, we built a little couple things. I put a trading post in just to see if that would speed things along. Haven't really used it for much yet. We only have firewood in there and some wheat seeds. I don't really want to buy those right now. Got a decent number of fields here all set up. Got a decent amount of food. Look at that. We went away for a second and we missed it. And now they are beginning to build our stone castle. So, because we could have up to 10 people building, so let's add more workers in. Make it go too fast, but see if our model changes as we go up. Oh, there's like the front door. It's gonna be all hidden behind these trees. Get the dudes to cut these trees down so we can see what's going on. Come cut these trees down. Look at that. This population rocks. And build a path. Perhaps a stone path. And you can see our guys are working away there. And they've reached the 500 mark, give or take. So yeah, I'm kind of digging this. And then of course we could go to our custom castle menu, and if we wanted to just like build walls out from the side of this thing, we could just do that too. Probably shouldn't do that until the rest of this is done, but who are we to follow rules, read things? Clearly we should have read things and we didn't, so too bad. This is how we roll. Alright. And again, we'll get our guys to cut all these trees down out of the way. Let's see what we're doing. Alright, we moved on to the second build model. Pretty cool, pretty cool. See the circular stairs coming up to the roof there. Some little stained glass windows. And they're working away. We're actually only about halfway finished building now. Good thing we cut those trees down. We needed them to build the walls, so let's cut a few more down. Totally ignoring our health right now. No herbs to be found. It's all socked in by this building now. They're all in the hedges over here, so. But yeah, you know, you could really, with the custom tools and the fact that everything's sort of separated out, you could certainly make some pretty cool looking castles and medieval villages with hedges and hedge mazes and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really digging this mod. I think this is one that I would leave on. Be fun to go from, you know, Adam and Eve to a giant castle and, you know, be lord of all you surround kind of thing. Pretty sweet. How are we doing? We're getting close. We've got a minor tool shortage because of our wood shortage, but that'll resolve itself fairly quickly, I think, as we have used all the log we need over here. People are freezing. There's no tools. We're doing a terrible job right now of keeping our population happy, but that's the way we roll. Terribly sometimes. So they have enough log, they have enough iron, they should be able to build tools at this point. Alright, we're closing in on completion there, and it looks like all of our walls are partially built as well, which is kind of fun. They might outstrip us and finish the walls first. Yeah, I like this. This is pretty sweet. Pretty cool. Certainly dominates the landscape. That's about as close in as we can get. Let's see for a couple different sides. Looks like there's an entrance on either side. You could kind of put it in the middle of your road. I don't know. I shouldn't say that. Maybe people can't go through it. I don't know. What I do know is that we're short on some tools. And that we're waiting for a blacksmith to take care of the problem. And that we're all digging our water fountains in the meantime. So all three of these sections now have enough resources set to them, so it's just a matter of getting a builder over there to finish them up. Which 10 of them will be free shortly, when our stone castle is finished. So yeah, we started this one thinking that it was going to be a fountain mod, and gosh, there's so much more to it. Might want to change the name of the mod to the castle mod, or the medieval mod. Guess the whole game's kind of medieval really, but it does certainly add some cool village-like aspects to things. And our stone castle is done. Look at that. And it's got all kinds of stats. Okay, so it's like the town hall is what we've got here. Some town hall type stats. Did it replace the town hall? It did not. But it does all the same things the town hall does, which is cool. I like that. Very excellent. And there you can see we've actually put in our walls right along the side of it. So yeah, you could see you could fence in your entire wall in your entire village if you wanted to. Maybe in a later version, if they add some sort of marauding army or something, it would help to keep that army out. Although I kind of like the fact that this game has no fighting. There's so many games that have that already. It's kind of nice that this one doesn't. So yeah, very cool. It's our lovely castle. Yeah, you know what? Big thumbs up. This is a pretty cool mod. I'm digging this a lot. So, look at this tool shortage. It's just rampant right now. What is going on? There's no wood. That's the problem. We need some more wood. Anyways, that's my problem. That's not your problem. So, probably as good a place as any to bring things to a close. So yeah, thanks for joining us here. And if you want to get that mod, it's called the Fountain Mod. I grabbed it from banishedinfo.com. I'll put a link in with the video so you can grab it right from there. Thanks very much for watching the review. And if you enjoyed it, please leave us some sort of feedback, whether it's a like, whether it's a subscribe, or just a quick comment to say what you thought. If you didn't like, same thing. We can take it. We're tough. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you got something out of this that you can take away. And we will see you again soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.